Are you like most people where you feel overwhelmed, where you have a lot of anxiety, and you just can't get out of your own way, where no matter what happens, you just feel stressed all the time? In the next 6 or 7 minutes, I want to explain to you about stress metabolism versus thyroid metabolism, also known as anti-stress metabolism. Hi, my name is Dr. Chait. I'm an acupuncturist, nutritionist, herbalist, and physical therapist. So in the next few minutes, I want to explain to you what happens inside the brain and nervous system that may be causing most of your symptoms, especially if you're trying to sleep at night, and especially if you're trying to lose weight, and especially if you have a weakened immune system. These are the reasons why. So in the 1950s and 60s, a doctor named Dr. Hans Selye found that stress is the number one cause of all disease. And if you look at how diets and how the modern American diet has shifted from the 1950s till today, you'll see that there's big changes happening. And most of it is synthetic foods, mostly seed oils, nut oils, and also polyunsaturated fatty acids. These oils and these seeds affect the metabolism, and they affect it in a very negative way. So before we go any further, I want to explain the two nervous systems, or the two states of being. We either are in a stress metabolism, or we're in an anti-stress metabolism, also known as the thyroid metabolism. The stress metabolism is the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight or freeze nervous systems. This nervous system is going to cause your cortisol to become elevated, cause adrenaline to become elevated as well. So cortisol will typically cause weight around the midsection. It's also going to significantly affect your ability to sleep at night. Adrenaline causes the heart rate to rise as well as your blood pressure, which also will in turn cause the thyroid, which is the metabolic gland inside the body. When the thyroid becomes underactive, your body temperature drops. It slows down. The body temperature will drop, as well as the heart rate will also drop. And what that means is that the metabolism starts slowing down because the brain and nervous system think that there's something imminent, something fearful, something is on its way. So the body wants to hibernate and hold on to the fat, and it wants to hold on to, it wants to slow down your heart rate so that you're not beating your heart as vividly or as aggressively as you would normally. And so with that being said, when the thyroid becomes underactive, in the liver, T4, which is the inactive form of thyroid, gets converted to T3. And what happens under stress, this gets decreased. So then we get cold hands, cold feet, and our body temperature drops down even more, which is going to cause increased weight gain, and it's also going to affect your sleep. And most of the people that are in a stress metabolism, you might be thinking, hey, you know, Evan, I'm not in a stress metabolic state, but do you wake up between 2 and 4? I would say 90% of our patients wake up between 2 and 4, and they think, I just have to go to the bathroom. But that's not what happens. What happens between the hours of 2 and 4 in the morning, your blood sugar took a drop, which caused adrenaline to spike, which increased your heart rate and your blood pressure, and then you woke up, and the body woke you up to regulate blood sugar, and then you think you just had to go to the bathroom. But in fact, it's actually a stress metabolic state that you're in. And then when we're in a stress state, the immune system becomes compromised. Here's a question I have for you. Do you think if you're being chased by a mountain lion or a bear, and you have a body temperature of 102 degrees, do you think that you would just sit there and lie there? Chances are no. Under stress, the immune system becomes very compromised. And so what we want to do is move away from a stress metabolic state, which is keto, intermittent fasting, and very toxic foods, into what's known as a thyroid or anti-stress metabolic state. Because when we're in this state, cortisol, stress hormones, lower. When we're in this state, adrenaline lowers. When we're in this state, the thyroid starts functioning better, and then your metabolism starts improving. So if the metabolism goes up, guess what happens to weight loss? Goes up. Guess what happens to your core temperature and your body temperature? It goes up. Guess what happens to your heart rate? It goes up. Guess what happens to your immune system? It modulates. It actually becomes more normal. And so when we move into a thyroid or anti-stress metabolic state, we're able to lose weight faster, we're able to sleep more optimally, and our immune system becomes less compromised. So things that you want to think about when you're in a stress state, you want to find techniques. Like here's an easy technique that you can do. It's called breathing. Yes, we breathe every single day, but when we're in a stress state, what happens inside our bodies, CO2 levels become suppressed. They go underactive. So we have less CO2 in our body. So one simple way for us to increase CO2 is for breathing. So here's a simple technique that you could do. What I want you, it's called box breathing. So I want you to breathe in for 5 seconds, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I want you to exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, and then 5 seconds again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then inhale again. And then you hold it here. I'm sorry. Hold it here again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then inhale. 5, 4, 3. And you just do this box breath over and over and over again. 5 seconds in. Hold it for 5 seconds. 5 seconds out. Hold it for 5 seconds. And then you repeat that. And repeat that for 3 to 5 minutes. That's going to instantly lower your stress response. Okay? And then things you want to avoid, because there's certain foods that really cause us to be in a stress state. You want to get rid of all the polyunsaturated fatty acids in your diet. Remove the nuts, remove the seeds, remove the oils. And by you doing that alone, it's going to transition you out of a stress state into a pro-metabolic state, and then your stress becomes less. All right, so I want to teach you one simple tool to help relax your brain and nervous system. This is called the havening technique, also known as safe haven. So when you do this technique, the first thing I want you to do is think about a stressor. Quantify that stressor on a 0 to 10 scale. 10 being the most stress you have. Make it something simple. Maybe something that happened yesterday or something that happened inside the car that you're driving to work. Make it something small, not something big. But over time, you can apply this principle and concept to any stressor, past, present, or even future. This is called the safe havening technique or the havening technique. So the first thing you do is you're gonna rub your arms. Now do me a favor. You should have already quantified that stressor on a 0 to 10 scale. Now from here, I want you to close your eyes. And as you're closing your eyes, I want you to take a deep breath in. As you take a deep breath in, I want you to inhale from your nose. I want you to exhale from your nose. Nice and slow. That's right. Perfect. Now from here, what I want you to do, I want you to imagine yourself walking on a beach. And we're going to count the steps and count them out loud and make sure your eyes stay nice and closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, perfect. 7, 8, nice and relaxed. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. Keep your eyes closed. Keep on rubbing your arms. Now from here, what I want you to do is I want you to remember a time where you felt loved. You felt protected. You felt powerful. And I want you to remember that time, and I want you to feel that feeling inside you. And just notice where you feel that feeling. Now I want you to apply a color to that feeling. Make that color bright and vivid. That's right. Make it even brighter and brighter and brighter. Now what I want you to do is I want you to bring that color from where it is to the back of your neck, to the top of your head, to your face, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, down your torso, your chest, your belly, and your back, to your hips, your thighs, your knees, and your feet. Perfect. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale. And one more breath in. And exhale. Now take a come back, open up your eyes. Perfect. You guys did amazing. And what you may notice now, you may notice that stressor, the thing that you thought about before. It might have been an 8, it might have been a 7, it might have been a 10. It might have dropped down significantly. Some of you might have dropped down to a 0 or a 1. Some of you might be a 2 or a 3. And if it didn't go away completely, just do it again. And you can do this for any stressor. And just feel free to watch this video again so you can practice repetitiously. All right, guys, hopefully this helps you. Hopefully this transforms your life. to learn more about these type of techniques and these tools, just subscribe, like this video, comment if you have any questions, because I'll read every post. Thank you, everybody. Sempre Levante, always forward.